to be in control. They like to feel like they're in control. And when they're in strange situations, they lose their control. So people avoid them.
Okay. Do we have any control?
We like to think we do. I can't say whether we do or not.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm going to let you be in control right this moment. Okay? You choose a book off that table.
Okay. I'm going to choose Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Give him to me a minute.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to say, just to show how everything is connected, and you cannot, if you tried to disconnect it, you couldn't. I'm going to say 177.
Okay.
Line 11. I like 11. You like 11, Mitzi? Okay. The entire sentence, even if it starts on the other line.
A better art than that of Egypt has taken fear and corruption out of it. It is eviscerated of care. It is offered for science.
Wow. Now that's some deep stuff. Let's give it again, because we got to tie it in.
A better art than that of Egypt has taken fear and corruption out of it. It is eviscerated of care. It is offered for science.
All right. Break it down, sweetie. What are we talking about? Break it down in three words. Give me 3 words of the first sentence of what you've just read.
A better art.
A better art. Let me see. A better art. Now wait. Like I did just a moment ago, Tori, do it again. Give me A.
Amazing, radical.
Wait a minute. Radical.
Telephone.
Ah! Now I must tell you all, for Tori and any and every Gemini there is viewing today, this is the key word for Geminis. Okay. So go ahead. A better art. A better, amazing, radical telephone.
Than that of Egypt has taken.
Wait. Than that of where?
Egypt.
And before we go on, honey, before we even go the next thing, I have to stop. When we talk about Egypt, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Pyramids.
Okay. And what do they represent? Pyramids. What do they represent to you?
Human achievement.
Ah!
The Egyptians might disagree with you.
Let's go. Okay, read the rest of it. We'll come back to that.
Mm-hmm. A better art than that of Egypt has taken fear and corruption out of it.
Ah! How? How so? How so? How was fear and ignorance?
Corruption.
Oh, fear and corruption, which is always ignorance. Would you agree? Fear and corruption are the cousins to ignorance. Okay, go ahead.
It is eviscerated of care. It is offered for science.
Okay. Mitzi's telling me to use black. I guess red don't show up. Go ahead. I'm sorry, honey.
It's okay. A better art than that of Egypt has taken fear and corruption out of it. It is eviscerated of care. It is offered for science.
Okay, you like that word? Eviscerated? Is that what that word is? What does that mean?
Like slice through.
Slice through.
I believe, yeah.
Slicing through. Do tears slice through something?
Mm-hmm.
Was there tears and, give me those 2 words again, not ignorance you said, but what?
Fear, corruption,
okay.
care. Sorry.
Was there fear and corruption during the time? Well, you weren't there.
No.
But would you assume that there was fear and corruption in the time when the pyramids were being built?
I would assume yes. It's Since the slaves built them. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And do you think that there was a higher order that caused the pyramids to be built? Could man himself, man's thought in himself, striving and imposing direction, achieve that alone? I think what I'm saying is there's something bigger going on all the time. Mm-hmm. All right? Just like when you drove here today. Mm-hmm. You had no control, you were using the word control, mm-hmm. of getting here. But you got here because this was on your path today. Just like on the 27th, if putting your hair in a ponytail is the most significant thing that happens that day.
I'll do that for you.
Okay. All right. Now, going back, taking the what out of it? Something. Read the whole sentence again.
A better art than that of Egypt has taken fear and corruption out of it. It is eviscerated of care. It is offered for science.
Okay. It is offered for science. Science, Tori. Science. What about if we are here on this earth and everything that we're doing is totally impersonal and it's a scientific experiment? Woo. Now, how could that possibly be the case when we invoke so much attraction, identification, and involvement, emotional involvement, saying one thing is more important than another? Give me the sentence again. I love that sentence. Has a ring to it. Sounds like a song.
A better art than that of Egypt has taken fear and corruption out of it. It is
a better art than that of Egypt? What stands the test of time and what causes man more questions than how the construction of the pyramids took place? That, I mean, after all these years, because we're talking, you said telephone. Telephone is something, I have no idea, honey, when it was invented. I can't give you the time, but that's a very recent thing, and now it's computerized. But there, that particular sentence that's going back to this, that's tied to tears, because I can assure you there was some tears when that building of the pyramids was going on. But if we really are putting so much effort and energy and activity into things in trying to achieve something that it's not going to be anyway. Now give me back what I said. What I'm doing here is saying that we invest so much energy, Mitzi, effort, inclination, and interest in trying to make something happen that's not going to be part of the day anyway. Give me that, again, the sentence, because I mean, Ralph Waldo is saying it.
A better art than that of Egypt has taken fear and corruption out of it. It is eviscerated of care. It is offered for science.
I missed that, Tori. I missed that. I really did miss that those three words in the sentence, and we do that. We tend to do that. You said something about care. Give me that. Oh, I got to do black.
It is eviscerated of care. It is offered for science.
Okay. So you said slice through. Care. So it bypasses. Does that show it better, Emmy? Emmy, looking at you and calling your daughter's name. Does it? How about a blue one? Well, that's not better at all.
Don't strive. Let it be like that.
There you go. Yes. Yes. Okay. Very good. Very good. Care. Slicing through care. No humans that you know of or I know of want to hear that word.
I don't know if it's eviscerated as like slicer. It's kind of, it's like destroy. I don't know if slicer is the best synonym, but I think what he's talking about intellect.
Can intellect and emotion lay in the same bed?
No, that's what he's saying. It is eviscerated of care. It is offered for science, because it's something like you were talking about the pyramids and striving. A better art than that of Egypt has taken fear and corruption out of it. Intellect has replaced fear, corruption, care. They're only questions and going forward.
Okay. So if you got up in the morning and looked in the mirror and saw a great big gigantic zit on your face, could you intellectually approach that as being part of the day? And I like it because I'm so dramatic. Pay homage to that. Oh, you beautiful little zit or big one. Let the green and yellow stuff run out. You know, here I am. Here I am. Come to me. No, really.
Come to you, right? Let's do that one. Okay, come to this one.
But really, honey, you don't, when you see that, I'm just using that, you approach it emotionally, right?
Yeah, it's hard not to approach things emotionally.
Why?
Because we have an idea about ourselves and about our days and about what we can and cannot do. So those ideas cause, where's tears? Tears.
Right. And by causing tears, what happened to my notebook? Did I shut it up? What was your 3 words? Crazy, rabid, yellow. Well, I don't know what happened to my book, Mitzi. I don't know. But anyway, so we, in order...
It's underneath.
It's underneath?
Mm-hmm. Underneath the expo markers.
Oh, yeah. All right. Crazy, rabid, yellow. Crazy, rabid, yellow. I like the word rabid, and I have an idea of what it means, but you give it to me, Gemini.
Rabid, like a rabid dog, a foaming at the mouth, just, it's rabid.
Wow. Is that what we do emotionally, honey?
Sometimes.
Really? So, any chance of any intellectual, I was going to say, wonder what I was going to say. Intellectual thought doesn't have a prayer of entering our domain, does it?
It does. I mean, but you have to first like recognize that emotions and perceptions are going to play a role. That's what he's, I think, trying to say with intellect, that you're supposed to recognize your perceptions, recognize your faults, recognize your emotions, and then press forward.
Okay, but wouldn't analyzation and interpretation immediately follow on that? And couldn't we go off into a crazy, rabid, yellow road?
We see that all the time. Extremists and things like that take their intellect and without seeing their emotions in check, go into a whole other sphere that's all of those things.
So, what I'm hearing you say is that you can even take intellect and carry it to an extreme that would be just as harmful and just as much striving and trying to impose direction as letting your emotions rule. Yes?
Yeah, in some cases, because there's things you cannot know.
What did you say, Tori?
I'm not sure.
There's some things you can't know, Mitzi.
I don't think I said that, Mitzi. What do you think?
All right. But if you had a telephone, I see that's left on the board.
Yeah, you can Google it. You're right.
That's true. That is true. Okay, put that book up. Okay. Let's go on. Now, I love this one. Wait a minute. Let's try something else. We're going to go. Let's do a little bit of, as you can see, I'm passionate about books. Passionate. So we're going to do this one next. Let's see what we're going to do. This time, Tori.
Pick a card?
Yes,
any
pick
card?
a card. Any card.
I've got that one underneath.
Okay. What you got?
I've got the burden.
Now, I wonder how that is relative to this show. Burden. Tell me about the card, honey. Maybe she can you zoom in, Mitzi, or not? Okay. Can you? All right. Anyway, while Mitzi's trying to figure it out, the burden. Tell me about the card. What's on it, Tori?
It's a man that looks ragged, with a prince on his back and then a rooster on top of his back.
Honest to goodness. Let me see. You are kidding. You are absolutely kidding, honey.
No, that's what it is.
I know, but I'm talking about how, don't you love it? I mean, because if we were going to, I go back to this, and can't you envision the toil, the suffering, there's no way to even describe what they had to go through to move. Did the stones, I read somewhere, they were more than a ton a piece or something? I don't know. I can't imagine how they even did it. But with this particular card, there's this man, like you said, he's crazy, rabid, yellow in his attempt. I guess he's going to climb that mountain. He's got a prince on his back, and then there's a rooster on top of that prince. Define that in emotions, if you would. Or intellect, I don't know, or wealth, or animal nature. And I'm feeding into you, honey. You give it back to me.
Well, I mean, the two men, the ragged man and the prince, they're the same man, but the prince is, I think, his idea of himself that he's carrying.
That's too much. Oh, she said you can put it up there. Oh. Okay? Yeah, there you go. Mitzi, you're doing good. Okay. All right. Tori, I've got to stop. I wish some of these doggone markers would work a little bit better, because I liked what you just said. You said that, where's that thing? I think I'm supposed to have that spraying stuff too. I shouldn't have taken that off. Yes, I should. Okay, you said the man was the same. That's what you said. The man was the same man. But in one place he is, what did you use the word? Did you say
ragged?
Ragged. And the other man is?
Prince.
A prince. I love the idea, honey, that you said both of these, I'm not putting words in your mouth, you said this man is the same, but it's the idea that he has of himself. Yes? Okay, now go ahead.
Yeah, I believe the man on his back is the idea he has of himself, and that's probably why it's called the burden, because we all carry around this idea of what we should, could be doing, and it burdens us down because sometimes we don't or can't do those things. And then the rooster on the very top